What is up, boys? It's your boys, Patrick and John. We're back at it with some more Poom. Uh, yeah, that's it. Chapter 1125 has just dropped. What Death Means is the chapter title. We're starting off with the Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 13, The Rebuilding of Odin Castle, and Foreman Minatomo's disappearance.
Uh-oh.
Well, that explains why it says the word missing.
Dude, he's been in the series for so long. I'm concerned for Minatomo.
Dude, he's a staple. He was there in chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm as excited for him to reunite with Luffy as I am about Shanks, you know?
Yeah, he's right up there. When he gave Luffy his hammer, I was crying.
Can't believe we didn't see it in Wano. Can't believe it.
Yeah, just have to
Obviously,
stick
Otis
with it.
holding that one off for us. That's like a
Yep.
real big payoff.
No, he and Frankie were talking about him all the time.
Okay, let's go.
Anyway. Alrighty,
Chapter
alrighty, alrighty.
1125. Ooh, good. Oh, go. Ooh.
Okay. I didn't know where we'd be this week, but I'm excited. Okay.
Here we are.
So, alright, we're at the Navy ships outside of Egghead still. Get the Seraphim to the ships after they've charged up. As for the Sea Beast weapons and PX3Ss. What? PX3s, there we go.
PS3s.
I don't know why that was so hard for me. Oh, Rob Lucci. And Kaku. And wait, where's Stussy? I killed her. What? We are now in possession of what we came for. I like Kaku's face in that Lucci panel.
Mhm.
Anyway, so there's Saturn, York, Punk Records, the power plant. With these three, we gain the Mother Flame, a fire that never goes out. For the present moment, this is acceptable. However, you see all the vice admirals that were with them at Egghead. We are so sorry, sir. There are 9 of us vice admirals executing a buster call, and yet we still allowed the Straw Hat crew and Jewelry Bonnie to escape the island alive. We still head straight after them to Elbaf. Oh, we will head straight after them to Elbaf.
Oh, damn.
Don't bother with Elbaf.
Oh, I thought that was him saying it.
I did for a second too. If there is any failure here to blame this on, it was a colossal failure to envision Vegapunk's broadcast message. And not only did we fail to stop that message, there's bitter irony that the pirates' escape was aided by none other than that Iron Giant. About 200 years ago. Oh, interesting. But Saint Saturn, we've been ordered to dispose of that thing. If anyone finds out, I'll protect you. Research it. Huh? That giant represents the future. It will prove very useful to the military one day. Thank you, my lord. We are endlessly fascinated with it. For 200 years, it never budged an inch. Until now, when it clearly moved to protect Straw Hat Luffy. Saint Saturn, I ask you this as a soldier in service to the government. If you consider that a failure, then that would suggest that Vegapunk's statement was true. Oh. So he just looks at this Vice Admiral and he just goes flying back. That's crazy. And you say everyone's like, oh, Vice Admiral Silverman.
I'm trying to dissect. What do you mean it's true? Like, what part of the message is he referring to?
Well, no, he's saying if the biggest failure was keeping Vegapunk's message from getting out, then this mission was a failure.
Oh, I see.
Which, yeah. So yeah, Sarah doesn't like that. Get the medical team now, Vice Admiral. Meanwhile, back up in the Fabio phase inside the lab, we see York. Ooh, what's this? Island clouds? Oh no! The island clouds are multiplying. Has the cloud plant gone out of control? It's Edison. He was supposed to be dead in the Fabio phase. You just see him in the shadows. Oops, busted.
Dude, I fucking love Edison. He's alive?
I don't know if he is anymore. You see York shooting, there's a big explosion.
You wouldn't not kill him just to then off screen his death.
Yeah, I'm not convinced he's dead, we'll see, but you just see her just going like, ah, damn it, he tricked me. Well, there goes Punk Records. Alright, so that's one less win for the world government. That's pretty dope. Okay, alright. Sacred Mary Joa. What does this mean? Was Vegapunk's story true? Where is the Kainu? How will he make good for this failure with Kuma? The world may sink under the sea, but that shouldn't matter to the Holy Land. It's not enough food. Duh. I requested beef for dinner, chef. What is this? And that's how food was spelled for those of you listening. Forgive me, my lord. We've run out. What is this fish for? I've never been so humiliated. Are we supposed to believe that's Charlos?
It kind of looks like Charlos, but like at the same time, not entirely. I'm just gonna
They're
move past
real
it.
swollen. Yeah. So yeah, you hear a thump. Ah! We have a serious food shortage. Would you believe that yesterday I was forced to forego one of my meals and a snack? What? It's a prisoner's diet. It's famine. We'll all starve. But whoever's in charge of food to death, it's mismanagement. If there is no punishment, the lower classes will think this laziness is acceptable. Chamber of Power, Mary Jo. Ooh. What do you think you're doing here, Garling? I am here on important orders. So yeah, we have all the rest of the Gorosei, and there's Garling right there. What orders? From whom? Where is your proper deference, Garling? Know your place. Hmm. Vegapunk
What?
York is henceforth my direct subordinate, as I assume the role of Godhead of Science and What? Excuse me? What the fuck?
What am I
Wait,
reading?
hold on. So, science and defense. Was Saturn just science? Or was he defense as well?
Look, I don't have time for that right now. Keep reading.
Okay. You mean the world will be thrown into chaos on a level we have never seen before. Let us do the utmost to improve it together, my fellow elders.
Oh shit!
That's fucking wild.
What?
Okay,
That's a plot
that's
twist
insane.
right there.
No one would have predicted. Okay, all
There
right.
was
Okay.
literally no way to predict that. This is unprecedented.
This is crazy. These guys have been a state. Okay, all right.
Okay, just go, just go.
We're going. Future Island Egghead. Saint Saturn. Ah, what is the matter in Saint Saturn? Hurry, get the medical team. Saint Saturn. What's happening to him? You just see all this black miasma just coming out of him. That's crazy. This is an emergency. Nothing must happen to the highest authority in the world. Is he sick with something? What do you need, Saint Saturn? Oh,
Holy
shit.
shit.
He's just shriveling up.
Oh my god.
He's just coughing and he just screams like, ah, like a guttural scream. And he's just thinking to himself, have I been? And everyone's just looking out in horror. Huh? Great Emu. Saturn, why did you allow Joy Boy to escape? Mercy, please! I did not know those prisoners were so nebulous. Ah, you just see a huge explosion of like hockey and smoke coming from the ship. That's crazy. The vice admirals are all being thrown back. And you just look back at Saturn. It's just a skull on the ground. Smoke still coming out of it. Bones?
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Okay.
I did not have Saturn fucking dies by Emu's hand on my bingo card.
Mm-mm. I don't know if anyone did. That's crazy. I didn't think that was a possibility.
Oh my
Okay.
god, turn that page.
So, we're at Egghead, the Fabio phase. It's all sealed up. The island clouds are sealing it. And you're seeing each of the different satellites talking. So, we're starting with Shaka. So, we weren't able to steal the Labro phase. Damn it, York blocked us. Our mental waves will reach anywhere, though. York still has access there. And this is what Atlas. There's Edison at the end.
Pythagoras.
I got it. I
Learn
got
the
it.
characters.
I did. I did it. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't know Pythagoras, though. I know, but it's better than physically handing it over to her, right? Let's work together to manage this genius brain until the day humanity can wrangle it themselves. And Shaka's like, that will take 500 years. Did you make the ion clouds the floating type? Of course. As far as the world knows, Vegapunk is dead. Now we can tour the globe at our leisure. Pythagoras is like, but we don't have funds or materials, so we can't invent or develop anything. Hey, that's what friends are for. And he's putting something on his arm. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There. How's that? And Alice is like, you look so goofy. I didn't know you admired my height so much. Hey, stuff it. That's really funny. Okay,
So they're just
Break the
they
thing,
had
yeah.
their body parts on the assembly line and he's all of them now. Fantastic.
That's so funny. Make sure you throw out the extra York parts. Haha, good call. Leaves a bad impression. Hello, Etheria. This is Vegapunk. Oh shit. What do you want? I thought you were dead. And that's the the wizard's name that helped Nami
Yeah,
out.
no, he doesn't matter, but he's a wizard. He might matter now. I don't know.
He might.
Apparently,
He might.
this chapter's thrown everything up in the air again.
Fucking hell. All right. Kamabaka Kingdom. Ew, no. What's gonna happen? Are we going to die? I don't wanna. I choose life. I'll swim to live. So basically, in the history no one knows about, here's Koala with some of the other lesser revolutionaries that I don't remember their names and I don't care to remember. There was a massive war during the Void Century, and the use of ancient weapons during that war caused the world to sink 200 meters into the sea. Whoever manages to seize the One Piece and become king of the pirates will have that power at their command once more. And we can't sit around waiting for that to happen. So yeah, there's... Oh my god. It's been fucking years since I've... What's her name? What's her name? Fuck.
Hello,
Fuck.
Betty.
Fuck. Fuck. Yes, got it.
God, man,
A world sinking into the sea.
that's
And there's
Sabo,
Sabo.
by the way.
I know Sabo. I know the rest of these people, alright? And when you consider that the celestial dragons' lives live at the world's highest elevation on the red line, Tequila Wolf, Vodka Wolf, Rum Wolf, Bourbon Wolf, that's new information, okay.
Yep.
All of those mega structures that they've had slaves constructing going back 700 years. That was Ivankov. See, I knew her. And there's Karasu. All of these things now hold a new meaning. And there's... Oh my god, I had his name a second ago. Jesus Christ. Lindbergh. Got it. He just had to go and say it. And there's Morley. Oh no. The problem, Vegapunk, is that not everyone who believes your warning is going to prepare for this looming disaster peacefully. What's this guy's name again, John?
I think that's Dagron. I think his
Oh.
name is Trogdor.
Stegeron, okay. This demands a swift resolution, because it won't be long before the people of the world begin to fight over safe ground. And that's the end of the chapter.
Okay. 90% of that chapter, phenomenal. This is a personal issue. I don't really like the revolutionaries. Like, the captains I've come to tolerate them. I don't have any affection for any of them, maybe save Morley. But, like, the lower captains, the guys who were there with Koala, I have no positive feelings for them. Like Dragon, like Eva. Sabo, again, I've come to tolerate, but I think he should still be dead. I don't mind Koala, but I don't care about these people. I don't care about this plot. Like, I respect them. I can't wait for the revolutionaries to act. But as characters, I have no interest in them.
Well, I think that's just part of the problem, because I'm more impartial towards them. I don't feel strongly about them one way or the other. I mean, I like the captains, but yeah, everyone under them, the vice lieutenants or whatever the fuck they're called, like, I couldn't remember their names, and I think they're interesting conceptually, because I think Oda's just good at designing characters like that, but they haven't really done anything meaningful in the story, and whereas Karasu's been a part of the story since Dressrosa, Morley did stuff at, Impaled Down, they were all at the Reverie, so, like, the head guys have all done stuff.
Yeah,
Sabo's
no,
done
they've
stuff.
done
We know
stuff, but
Koala.
even so, I don't care when they're on screen, even when they're at the Reverie, even when we get them in Dressrosa. It's mysterious. He's got some kind of crow power. I didn't buy into the hype of the revolutionaries. Again,
Yeah.
love me some Dragon and some Eva. Kuma, fantastic. Sabo, I don't mind, but, like, as we go down that ladder, I just lose interest. By the time we get to the captains, I'm lucky to break even.
Yeah, and I think that's just something you and I differ on, because I've always been a little intrigued by the revolutionaries, and I think I don't really know the
conceptually they're great. I love them as a thought. They have disappointed me every time they're on screen.
Sure, yeah.
Personal problem though. I know plenty of people love them.
No, it's an intriguing concept. We keep learning more and more about them, but to me it still feels like we're waiting to learn everything about them.
Okay.
Like
fuck the revolutionaries though. Let's talk about Saturn.
All right, let's get.
Well, I guess I don't know. Talk about Garling. Where do we even begin?
I mean, that's the big stuff. Do we? Fuck. There's so much happened here.
Okay, so Garling's an elder. That's just a thing.
Yeah. he's not named after a planet. What the fuck?
He's not named after a planet, but at the same time, Saturn's been there for minimum 200 years, we have confirmed now. So,
Yeah,
has he been there since the Void Century? Does he just replace him every time someone else fucks up?
I don't know. Because I was under the impression that all of the Gorosei had been there since the Void Century, that they are just that old. But this kind of
Yeah.
throws all of that into out the
But
window.
they also all have planet names, so it's really implied, they're the
Mhm.
originals. I didn't know they could be replaced.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it never even occurred to me that that was a possibility. So that I don't even know where to begin with all that.
so I definitely there's a theory, I'm sure you've heard me mention it before, where like it's all the false gods have their false priests and they
Mm,
all follow a specific pattern, and whether or not you believe the theory, part one of the theory is Saturn dies on Egghead.
yeah.
But again, nobody had on their bingo card gets replaced.
No.
So
Absolutely no
does
one.
this help confirm or help prove against the theory now? Because like he did die, which was supposed to happen. But
Step one is complete.
step two is just we made a left turn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is fucking big though. It was cool enough when he
Next.
walked on screen, but now he's an elder. So does he get demonic powers now? What
That's
is
my
the
next question.
dealio?
Does the power, because clearly that's what Emu's sucking from Saturn here, like his power to do stuff. And with that, his age, I imagine, because that's what kept him from dying and for at least 200 years. Um, I don't know. I don't know what this means. Does he get the power that Saturn has? Does he get a different power?
It'd
Does he
actually
become
be
a different
so
Yokai?
cool if we could get another Gorosei power.
I'd be sick as fuck. Because, like, ah, man. Because we feel
Okay,
like coming off of this arc, we knew Saturn's power set, what he could do, transformed. We have no idea what Garland can do, and that just creates a whole new level of intrigue and
I
a little
assume he's
bit.
like, Roger and Shanks, where he's just a very, very insanely skilled swordsman.
Yeah,
That
for
being
sure.
said, does maybe like the spirit of Saturn, infect him kind of like in Full Metal Alchemist when Ling becomes greed? And it's just like
Oh,
you gain his powers now and not
mm-hmm.
necessarily his personality
His
again, but
personality, yeah.
like, do we become Saint Figurland Saturn?
Maybe. That'd be an interesting turn. That could create an
That would
interesting one.
explain how we could change out the Gorosei at will without giving up their powers and meaningness behind their names.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
Oh my god. Just the panel of Saturn choking to death.
Dude, yeah, and
Like
him
a
shriveling up.
Gorosei, who we just had to flee from as an emperor with the giants, with Nika.
Mm-hmm.
We ran in terror and he's being choked to death. We had to have a Deus Ex Machina pop up and just be like, hey guys, Joy Boy.
Yeah.
And here
Oh,
he is being no diff from across the world.
here's the thing too. I mentioned this in my review, but these guys showed up like chapter 230 something, like over like almost
Yeah.
20 years ago. Like these guys have been a staple for like the series forever. Not a staple. Like I'm reading this for the girls. No, it's not like that. But like
No,
they've
but you're
been
right. They've been
a
there.
part of
They
this.
have been a backbone of the series. When
Hmm.
did they first get introduced? Was that back
Like
in Jaya?
right around Jaya, towards the end
Yeah.
of Jaya.
But we know they
So
were
they've
at
been here forever.
Ohara. We check in on them like at the end of every arc.
Hmm.
And then the first time they get name dropped, they all show up and get their big reveals, and then Saturn's dead.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like it.
Ooh, actually, I just realized this means, Bonnie doesn't get revenge. This means
I mean,
Kizaru doesn't get revenge.
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's best the good guys aren't going after revenge. But I don't know. I love this, don't get me wrong. it just flexes how cruel Emu is.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of really hoping we get some justice for Kuma.
Yeah, and in a strange sense, it kind of is. It's just not Bonnie or Kizaru or anyone
Yeah, I
from
guess
our side doing
everything
it.
Saturn did, he did for Emu, who then turned around and threw him out like the tool he was.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Oh,
Saturn's.
wait! Oh my god! Saturn's been replaced by Garling. Look next to Garling. Who is that? That is Jupiter sweating
Mm-hmm.
bullets, realizing they can be replaced. If that's not confirmation he's going to defect now,
Mm. Yeah, I think
that,
Oda did that
that is
intentionally.
a terrified face of, okay, so we are disposable.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who's been pegged as the defector. He's the one who's scared and shaken by this news. Are you on my team yet?
I listen. You're if they had put any other Gorosei there,
If
I'd
they
be
had
like,
put
nah,
anyone
not yet.
else there, I'd be like, oh,
Hmm.
maybe that means something. But the fact that
Like,
it's the guy who's been called sweating, but the sweat, the exclamation marks, the look of
mhm.
dread on his face, Jupiter defects.
Like, just throwing this out there too. I feel like there's still a little bit of wiggle room for denial about that theory because, like, I think any of them would be sweating bullets
Oh yeah,
knowing they
no,
could be
like
replaced.
there is
But
if Oda decides tomorrow, you know what? Never mind, plausible
mhm.
deniability. But
The fact that we're all thinking it and he put it there, yeah, I don't know. It
okay,
could be
so you're officially on my team, like legally.
legally, yes, but it's like I'm here. Don't talk to me.
No,
Just here
oh
to
my
get
god, this
credit.
is all the confirmation I need. Saturn dies and Jupiter's looking more defecty. That's the
And,
theory right there.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Oh
Oh
God.
my god, what? I didn't even realize that the first time through. So much else was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I'm Jesus Christ. I'm just panning through the chapter. So much fucking happened. Hmm.
Yeah, no, this was a packed chapter. So what is gonna go on with the celestial dragons? One, can we get answers to why they're celestial already, please? Already, please. I want to
What do
know if
you?
they're from space or they worship
Oh,
space or what it is.
yeah. That might just be a naming scheme. I'm not sure.
No, because like especially when you get the five elder stars or planets or
Hmm.
satellites, whatever you want to call, the fact that they wear spacesuits. I'm not saying plot twist they're aliens all along, but
Yeah,
why do they associate themselves so heavily with space?
it's a good question.
But two, also, where's the plot going? Like we saw, God, what's her name? Charlos's sister.
Oh, I always forget her name too.
Yeah, whoever she is, we saw her be like, "Oh, Void Century, what's that?" So we know they're
Hmm.
not all just they know this and they're okay being evil. They're raised to believe they're better. So there's some kind of humanity to some of them. We know
Hmm.
they're starving currently and they're not going to tolerate it. But what does that become?
Yeah. No, I. It is interesting. Their exclamations at the beginning of the scene of Mary Jo implies that yeah they didn't know any of this. They're living their lives being
Mm-hmm.
plumped up like chickens or whatever. Except now they're out of food. So yeah, I have no idea where this is going. Maybe no, I have no idea. I can't say any confident theory.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
I have no idea because the fact that it's making them look sympathetic seems to imply a redemption arc, but at the same
Yeah,
time, most of them are irredeemable.
that's my thing. That was the thing that came to my head. Maybe these guys turn on the Gorosei and they're like, "Hey, actually, we want food," and it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
go up for them. I
but
don't
what
know,
does
but
that accomplish? Because they're just a
right,
bunch of nobodies. Like physically, they're weak. Their only strength comes from the
hmm
military backing them up.
right. The
So I
only
can't
celestial dragon we
imagine.
actually care about is already dead. So it's like, you know, I don't feel any sympathy for any of these guys.
Mhm. No, they definitely. I'm curious to see where it goes, but you're right. There's just no way to predict it. Also, Stussy ain't dead. I don't buy it.
I'm
It's
glad you're
One
thinking that too.
Piece. They
Hmm.
the last time we see her, they're like, run away. and then she does, and then the next time it's just she's dead. No,
Right.
especially after we see Kaku or Lucci and Kaku really like have a heart beneath them. I
Hmm.
am willing to believe, Lucci was going to, and Kaku was like, "Don't," and he's like, "Okay, Kaku, only because you're my ride or die."
Right. I do think it is that, and I think Kaku grimacing back there is just him still kind of recovering from the fact that Stussy
Yeah,
betrayed him and left him.
and
Uh,
I'm definitely like, Lucci's like, "I'm gonna say you're dead. You can go live your life now."
yeah, I definitely think it is that kind of situation. Because you don't just off-screen someone like that. Someone
No,
who's flown of someone, which is a concept we've not gone back to, so I don't think we're done with her yet.
oh my god, what a chapter! I just I feel like there's so much we haven't discussed. Where do we even go next?
Um, the Vegapunk situation. What's up with that?
Well, actually, I really like that as a resolution to the Vegapunk line because, they
Hmm.
all are satellites and we knew their bodies were replaceable. So I like that they're not all properly dead. I like that we have just one super Vegapunk now.
Hmm.
Um, and I kind of like that. Well, the world thinks we're dead, so we're just going to float around to this laboratory and do some science. And when the world catches up, we'll give them all of our inventions. I don't know. That's probably my favorite ending to an arc we've had. It's just,
It's
and they lived happily ever after.
it's Haradas. I remembered his name. I looked it up. I looked up the wizard's name.
Oh,
Uh, I think it's a little interesting. This feels like classic One Piece where the characters you thought were dead were actually like, hey, actually that nuke didn't destroy me. It's like I don't. We established that destroying their cores kills them, but I also don't know what that means really anymore. So
yeah. No,
I just
I'm
kind of assumed
much
they
more
were
able
all
to buy this than the whole Pell thing or the Pound thing or
right.
the Papayo thing. Who's that guy on Sky Island?
I was about to say Papagoo. That's the starfish. Pagaya.
Pagaya, yeah. Like all I have a very hard time buying them. This I'm fine with because like
Hmm.
we expressed, they're not true blue real living beings. They're like programs and bodies who
Yeah.
have backups of themselves. So I'm fine that we just rebuild and we're doing Vegapunk stuff. Like that's a plausible fake out death.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do it with anyone, it does make sense with Vegapunk. It is weird though that last chapter, Lilith's like, "Oh, actually, we're not dead. They're kind of in me." So you kind
Yeah,
of did save us all.
no, like that is kind of weakened. The fact that
Hmm.
York was like, all the Vegapunks but me are dead. Now I've got questions about like, why would you think that? Don't you know they can just do this?
Right. So it doesn't. I don't know. I like that they're alive because I do like all the satellites, and I think this plotline could be fun. And Frankenpunk's a really fun idea, but I don't know
I
how we got here is
also
where I
loving the term Frankenpunk. Like, that's an awesome name, and I can't wait for Luffy to say it.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. But yeah, I'm very intrigued with this whole Witheria thing. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, on the surface, couldn't possibly be that hype. But the fact that we're going to a named location with a named character who holds
Yep.
significance to the story and
Hmm.
apparently has a relation to these guys,
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's curious that we get mentions of two of the places that the Straw Hats were sent to in an arc that has a lot in common with the Sub-Odi Archipelago. It's interesting. I don't know. That's all I have to think about that.
Why is York still on Egghead? Like, she shoots Edison, so she's there.
She's
But,
yeah, she is in the Fabio phase. Do you
but,
think she got out before it got sealed by the island clouds?
no, no, no. I don't care about that part at all.
Hmm.
Saturn's leaving. The other Gorsei are gone. The Marines are full retreat. I thought she was going with
Sure.
them to be a celestial dragon. They seem to have
Yeah.
just left
Um,
her and made no effort to collect her.
yeah, it is interesting because yeah, then we have Garling saying that she'll be his direct subordinate.
Oh yeah, he does say that.
Dude, so much happened. I forgot he mentioned it. Like honestly, I had to go
I
back and reread it.
really like, yeah. No, I happen to be on that page and look at it. And I'm like, oh yeah, but holy hell, there's so much going on in this chapter. It's crazy that 25 years later, the rug can still get pulled this hard from under your feet.
Yeah,
And all
it's
he
like
did was raise more questions. I'm not convinced this series will ever end because every answer we get is just like, but what does
five
that
more questions.
mean?
Right. It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
It's insane. I'm so glad I picked up this series on a whim one day.
Yeah, I keep telling everyone that I know that's not into One Piece. I'm like, now is the best time. It's almost over in
I'm
like three
just
or four or
like,
5 years.
no. I'm still got my money on 8.
Yeah, honestly, because I was thinking about it during my review. It's like if Egghead was like one of the third or fourth longest arcs in the
It's
series,
the
how long is
4th.
Elbap going to be? Yeah,
Yeah. And then, how long is the God Valley flashback and the Joy Boy flashback and the Marie Joie
everything in
Revolutionary
Mary
arc
Show.
and
Yeah,
Laugh Tale, and do we get to Lone Star, and does the moon ever come into play? What's Nell up to? Like,
yeah.
we are in Endgame, yes, but it's like there's so much left to do.
The end game's fucking massive.
The end game is just Act 3. It really
Mm,
is. But yeah, now I
hmm
tell people all the time, don't just pick it up because it's a manga or an anime or it's a comic or whatever. We are living through a weekly release of essentially the Odyssey and the Iliad. It
It's
is a
fuck-
modern day epic. There are like the plot is so thick and complete. It's really like if Tolkien released Lord of the Rings on a weekly basis. Like it is
could you?
such a fully fleshed out world. Don't hold any biases. This is just like the greatest story a human mind can conjure.
Mm, yeah, the fact that we're still getting surprises 25 plus years later. It's
Not
crazy.
just still getting surprises. I have never been more surprised by an arc than Egghead.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No, like
nonstop
legitimately.
plot twist reveals, more questions, answers. Like 25 years later, finally getting payoffs that we've also. Oh my god, it's just there's so much. You have any
Hmm
other thoughts on the chapter though? Because at this point we're just fangirling.
Yeah, my only, I have half of me thought we'd start Elbaf this week, and I'm fine we didn't. Obviously, this was a fantastic chapter. I'm glad. In between arc chapters are always my favorite. This is still technically the epilogue to Egghead, but I still
Mm-hmm.
love it. Um,
It's more
I'm
of a
also really
prologue to
excited
Elbaf
for
if you
Elbaf.
think about it.
Yeah, if you think about it, tying up the, I don't know. Okay. I'm excited for Elbaf, but I also really love this. And honestly, I don't even care if we don't start Elbaf next week. I'm fine getting more in between stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm so ready for Elbaf, but it's right there, and I can take another
Hmm
week or two of like checking in on the revolutionaries, see what the Grand Fleet's up to. Oh
Yeah.
goddamn, the Grand Fleet! And we were promised a second Marine Ford.
We'll get there.
We'll
We'll
get
get
there. We'll get there. Guys,
in
that's
10
gonna
years.
do it for us this time. Check you next time. Hey everybody, it's John from Obscure Reference. Austin wants us to start including these end cards at the end of our videos, and that in these end cards I'm supposed to tell you to click here to subscribe, and click over here for another one of our delightful videos. Some things he didn't tell me to do include this, and this.